Just how many t-shirts do I own? Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion, and that may be one of the most common questions I get. So we're going to answer that question definitively once and for all in this video. Every single graphic tee that I own, dirty, clean, or otherwise, is either on my person or in this pile right next to me. So keep count with me. All right, the first one is Wolverine, as everyone knows, in his accurate uniform. Then we've got the Mignola Hellboy, a wonderful design, a wonderful t-shirt. I love the texture of this. I love the fit. Johns Hopkins, which was recently sent to me by a friend of mine who's a professor of history there. And then my sister, who works at Metropolitan State University, sent me a Roadrunners t-shirt, which also fits wonderfully. We've got Rogue from the X-Men. I spoke a little bit ago at Washburn University, so I came back with a t-shirt of theirs. Got to represent NASA. Nothing to do with the Mark of the Beast, 666, obviously. Prince and the Revolution, clearly. Got to have one of those in there. And then obviously DuckTales, woo! If you haven't seen the recent reboot, I highly recommend it. Wonderful series. Then we've got a Marvel Ensemble. I really like this kind of minimalist Daredevil t-shirt. Got the black and white Jim Lee X-Men number 11 with Wolverine's claws down the back. Got some of my own merch in here. My Data Over Dogma baseball tee. This is one of Odd Pride's shirts with a drawing of Shanidar 1. And then the brief little story about Shanidar 1 on the back. I don't think you can even see what this is. This used to be my favorite shirt, but it is worn out. This is a Dr. Pepper t-shirt. I think that's my most comfortable, best fitting t-shirt I've ever owned. Got Daredevil. This one's a little short. It's a little tight. I don't wear it very frequently. It's a medium. I need a large at least. Another one of my favorite t-shirts. Spawn number 1 cover by Todd McFarlane, the Todd Father. Amazing Spider-Man t-shirt. Unicorse from one of the greatest children's television shows of all time, Bluey. Of course, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. Got the original Hulk. Evidently, he was gray because that's the color that just worked best for the printers of the books. He would later change to green. The old X-Men cartoon. Got a handful of shirts that a neighbor gave to me. He runs a wonderful belt company called Grip 6. They make really cool belts and other accessories. Check them out if you've never heard of them before. Seuss from Gravity Falls. I need more Gravity Falls t-shirts. There are a bunch of cartoons that my family and I love, and I don't really have enough for them. Owl House, Amphibia, need more Gravity Falls stuff, shows like that. We really enjoy. And we got the 90s Nickelodeon cartoons shirt. I'm of two minds about this shirt. I think it's a really cool Spawn shirt. However, it is by one of my least favorite pencilers. Chili Peppers. I think they're coming to Salt Lake in a month or two. I might try to go to their show. Got the Man Without Fear. Got the Frank Miller Ben Grimm cover that he did recently. Friend sent me this shirt, Drive Like Jehu, another Grip 6 t-shirt. These are incredibly comfortable shirts. I really enjoy them. A friend of mine runs a company called Great Basin Seed Company. That's what the back looks like. Got Reign of the Supermen. It was this story arc and the Jim Lee's X-Men series that got me into comic books in the first place in the early 90s. Got another Marvel Ensemble. Jurassic Park. One of my two Maimonides Nuts t-shirts. This one is called Get Low, based on Rabbi Low, who's associated with the Golem. And so this is the Hebrew word emet, which means truth. That was the word used to activate the Golem, and then you rub out the aleph when you wanted to deactivate the Golem, and then you have met, which means dead. Death of Superman. The famous Spider-Man episode from, I think, their first series with the villain Cameo, who pops up looking like Spider-Man. We got another Merc with a Mouth t-shirt. I've got a Vasa a couple blocks from me. This is where my wife and I go to work out when we get the chance. Lord Saunders Barbecue, some of the best ribs and brisket I've ever had in my life. And then on the back, Sublime. The first 3 CDs I ever owned were Sublime self-titled CD, Metallica's Black Album, and No Doubt Tragic Kingdom. This is the other Maimona D's Nuts shirt that I own. This is, I believe, their logo. This is a shirt I got from a designer who goes by Marty Made It, and this is called Noah's Re'em. There's a tradition, a Jewish tradition, that the Re'em, which many English translations have long rendered unicorns, swam behind Noah's Ark. Then we've got And Justice, one of Metallica's best albums. A very cool Venom tee. Got Thunder, 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 Thunder Cats. Ho. And we got Bizarro. No, the image is not reversed. And then the Goddess Aurora Monroe, also known as Storm, another Jim Lee shirt. The infamous She Vibe t-shirts with me as Wolverine. Don't Google that company if you're at work unless you work at a really chill place. Salt Lake Bees used to be the Buzz. They're actually building a stadium just about 10 minutes north of me, so might be able to get to go to some more games here soon. Every time I go to Oxford, I got to pick up a new t-shirt. I usually use them for running. A new shirt someone sent me. Warning, pseudepigraphic content from the North American Society for the Study of Christian Apocryphal Literature. Old school Marvel tee. I've never worn this actually. Someone got this for me. It was for Autism Awareness Month. Different, not less. But I didn't notice it was by Autism Speaks, which is a problematic organization. You got the game that started it all. I grew up quite poor. We lived in a townhome in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and the one thing that I can remember my parents ever being able to splurge on was when the original Nintendo came out. My dad got one, and we were the first people in the neighborhood to get one, and it was the coolest thing in the world. And I did not know until one night I woke up in the middle of the night, my brothers and I slept in the basement, to find my dad sneaking downstairs to play Arkanoid. And evidently he bought it not for us, but because he wanted to play Arkanoid. So, Biblingo, a wonderful app for learning biblical languages. Got another Todd Father shirt, this time his famous Spider-Man cover. Whoop. The Flash. And we have the Animaniacs. I had the privilege of becoming friends with Rob Paulson. In fact, is it still over here? Oh, yeah. In fact, he sent me a signed copy of his book, Voice Lessons, that I have recently started that I'm looking forward to getting more into. But I had the privilege of meeting the other 2 voice actors that do the other characters. All wonderful people, and one of my favorite shows growing up. Lobo. I heard that Jason Momoa wants to play Lobo. I think he would be a phenomenal Lobo. So if that movie gets made, that's going to be really cool. Batman tee. We got the old school Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to be at Dragon Con in a couple of months, hopefully to play some D&D live for the first time ever, which I'm really looking forward to. Got another Grip 6 shirt. The Batman. I really enjoyed this movie in a lot of ways. There were some ways I thought it could have been better. Hopefully the next installment will be really, really good. This is a shirt from when I ran for the Utah State Senate back in 2018. Old BYU t-shirt. I used to go out running in. It's a little heavier than I like in a t-shirt though, so I haven't worn it very many times. Mickey's back again. This is an old t-shirt. I haven't worn this because I think I got some paint spilled on it somewhere, but classic Superman tee. There is no cure for fabulous. Hashtag stay gay. T-shirt by a wonderful organization here in Utah, run by some friends of mine. Got a T-shirt that has the McClellan crest on it with the McClellan motto, "Think On." Also, Supergo Frango is another part of the motto. Another Oxford shirt, another one that I bought last time I was in, 2 times ago, I was in Oxford, hoping that I would be able to run in it, but I bought a large and it ended up being way too small. V-neck Data Over Dogma shirt. Fits wonderfully. I don't wear it very frequently. For some reason, the V-neck makes me feel a little self-conscious. I was very disappointed in this shirt. Another Data Over Dogma t-shirt, but the Data Over Dogma came off real quick, and I can't even tell which company it was this came from. So, yeah, that was very disappointing, and I imagine that there are folks who have bought those shirts where that has happened, and I apologize for that. But see if you can get the whole thing. There we go. Romanes eunt domus, and if you don't know what that means, then you're not living, man. Livin, right? And then finally, what up, party people, from our favorite kids show, Bluey. That's every shirt I own. I think there were 75 or 76 shirts, and I store them here in a little cabinet on the base of a bookshelf that I have. So for everybody who's been asking, that's everything I have. Like I said, I think 75 or 76 shirts. So, and I'm adding more to the collection every few weeks. So there will be more next time around. Take it easy, everybody.